Hey, everybody. We're going to listen to Deck the Halls with coreILLA, written and produced by Terminator 24775. Enjoy the music before they turn on us.
Social sparkle pulls them through. Boost your brand and spread good cheer. coreILLA leads the way this year. Target shoppers with some glee. Holiday vibes bring loyalty. Craft your emails bright and neat. Turn slow times to victory sweet. Show your spirit, spread delight. Shoppers love a festive sight. coreILLA's tools will keep you strong, helping you all season long. Let's jingle all the way. Success awaits this holiday. coreILLA's wisdom, tried and true, helping businesses just like you.
Man, I'm going to hate it when we have to start killing those things. You know it? They are really good at this stuff. Wow. Well, thank you, Terminator 24775 or 55. Today, we're here and we're going to talk about how coreILLA can help you obviously maximize everything that you've done up to this point, because you had Black Friday. Hopefully, you collected a bunch of contacts, a bunch of information, people that you can now target. So Wits is going to kind of walk us through how you guys can kind of strategize to really maximize. Hey, look at that. Maybe I need to be writing the music, robot. Strategize to maximize your usage of coreILLA. So Wits, take it away. And if I can do anything, please let me know. I'll be right here. Literally.
Yeah. I think I need to share my screen.
Bam. Robot.
There you go. All right. Hello, everyone. Some of you know me. My name is Wits. And today we'll talk about the topic for today is ending the year strong and some of our tips for festive marketing success. Um, some of you may have already started their holiday campaign. Some of you have probably planned on already doing them. Whether you started or not, today's session will hopefully help you with and equip you with actionable tips to maximize your holiday ROI and set you up for success this December and including the next year. So let's begin. Today we'll talk about three things. First, we'll talk about why festive or holiday marketing is critical, especially this December of 2024. This is a very interesting month, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Next, we'll talk about some of the things you can do during this period and how you can navigate the so-called Trump slump. To clarify, this is not a political term. The usage of this term in this webinar is in the context of the gun industry. We'll talk about what it is and see if you're actually going through something like it, right? And then lastly, I'll show you some of the features in coreILLA that can be useful for you during this time. All right, so why now? As we approach December, or now that we're here, this December of 2024, we all know the US is experiencing significant political changes with the new admin set to take office in a few weeks. Historically, such transitions can influence consumer behavior, especially in industries like the firearms industry. For instance, during pro gun administrations, the industry has faced what some call a slump, or in this case, a Trump slump, characterized by a dip in gun sales due to a perceived decrease in threats to gun rights. So before I talk more about this, let's first dive into why it's important to stay ahead of the curve. And now that we're entering another holiday period, why it's critical that you, as retailers, or whether you're a wholesaler, a home FFL, whether you have a physical store or just purely operating online, why it's important to really start pushing out more marketing activities and how Gorilla can actually help you do that. So, this holiday season, uh, or any holiday season, is actually a pivotal time for any business. The firearms industry is no exception. This period is a great time to start capitalizing on opportunities to connect with customers, right? Because you get to greet them, you get to send out your Thanksgiving greetings, your holiday greetings, your Christmas greetings, and you can use this time to launch promos and other forms of content to boost sales. So this is why festive marketing is important. Um, 30 to 40% of annual revenue occurs in the fourth quarter. You have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, New Year, so many events, right? And then of course the US elections were held last month. So many festive events just for Q4 this year. Um, Firearms sales often peak in December due to holiday gifting. So whether it's guns or gear or accessories or classes, this is the time when people have more than a reason to buy more, not just for themselves, but for others as well. In fact, data would show that December of last year saw over 1.7 million firearms sold. That's a lot of guns. And that's just firearms. We're not talking about holsters or ammo or apparel or shirts or hats or any of the related products yet. So that's why it's very important that you take advantage of this season, since the market naturally is in a buying mode. And if you want people to buy products from your store or your online website or on your e-commerce website, um, you need to make sure that your brand and your content is out there so you're always top of mind, right? Now let's talk about what's interesting this December. There are some articles online talking about the slump or the Trump slump, but they mostly talk about the tariff stuff. What we're discussing here is specific to the gun industry, which is totally a different thing from the news about the tariffs. So a slump is basically a drop in sales due to a perceived reduction in threats to gun ownership rights during pro-gun administrations. Um, to illustrate, um, in 2017, following President Trump's inauguration back then, gun sales dropped by approximately 8.4% compared to the previous year, which marked the end of a pro-gun control administration, Obama's administration. There's even data that background checks conducted through the FBI's NICS system also saw declines during this period, um, basically highlighting the shift in consumer urgency. I even read an article online, Joel, that It basically talks about how Obama was a very good firearm salesman for the industry
He
because
was.
every time he talks about gun control,
Yeah.
firearms would skyrocket, and he did that a lot
And
during.
whenever that was happening, I would always tell people that don't suffer from the cult mentality because if you know what cult is, it's
Hmm.
like a really good name in the firearms industry, but they had so many government contracts for so long. When
Yep.
those government contracts went away, they were hurting really,
Hmm.
really bad because they never had to earn that business. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They
Yep.
just rode, the wave of their previous success and their name. So the same thing is going to happen here with all the new gun stores that popped up during the Biden administration or
Yep.
whoever was running things. So
Yep.
just be ready. Be ready for it.
Yep. And now, as we, welcome the second Trump administration, this the industry is somewhat expecting to see another slump, but it really depends on a lot of factors, right? It depends on what state you are in, um, what kind of what type of FFL you are. It There's a lot of factors to be involved, and basically this webinar, part of this webinar is basically going to talk about some of the year-end strategies you can do to navigate this challenge, right? And boost revenue during periods of low demand, um, if there is a low demand uh, this period. So let's dive into some of the effective strategies and how Corilla simplifies their execution, right? So first, focus on accessories and services. Um, this is again, these are just tips, right? This is some of the things you can do alongside whatever you are already doing. So you can shift your some of your energies to high margin products like gun safes, optics, ammo, training services. These are evergreen items, less influenced by political climates. And you can leverage Gorilla to segment your audience and target these offerings effectively. Later in the demo, I'll show you how to execute these strategies and tips. But for now, I'll just go over some of the strategies and tips that we have prepared for you guys. The next one would be um, to promote holiday and loyalty deals. So you can offer limited bundles such as I don't know, a holiday range package that would include firearms, ammo, and a gift card for training sessions. Um, you can use Gorilla's automation to set up loyalty programs, reward repeat customers, for example, and encourage them to return for accessories or services, right? Or even products. Um, so you can definitely do that using Corilla's workflow features. Another suggestion would be to expand your reach with events and promotions. So you can host community events like a holiday shooting competition or safety training for families. You can use Gorilla to promote these events through email or SMS and even social media, right? You can easily set up landing pages with Gorilla and make the registration process seamless so you can track these events seamlessly and effectively, right? And then this is also a good time to um, build trust and attract customers by maintaining a positive online presence, right? You can actively monitor and respond to reviews using Corilla's reputation management tools. Um, you can use Corilla's workflow features to automate these review requests. So a customer can automatically receive review requests. And then you can also use coreILLA's AI features to automate the responses to these reviews, right? For example, somebody gives you a 5-star review, you can even automate the response to those reviews. So positive reviews in general can significantly um, impact decision making, especially during slower sales periods. Um, and then, of course, educating and empowering customers. It's important, especially in this period, right? That you are sharing content on uh, holiday related content. You can, you know, launch an email campaign about firearm care tips or new product releases or the importance of safety training. Um, Not all email campaigns need to be about selling something or a promo. It can be, providing value to the community that you're in by sharing the things you already know about firearms and um, safety tips, right? You can be an authority in your area when it comes to these things, and that helps building your brand and your basically your trustworthiness when it comes to this particular industry, at least within the community, right? Um, you can create engaging newsletters or SMS updates in coreILLA to keep your audience informed and engaged. Um, so I think also this can be useful for um, a big. There's a big group of people that are interested to start owning a gun or learn more about gun safety. So, by sharing content related to these topics, you can basically put yourself as an authority when it comes to these things. So, the things that I mentioned earlier, the tips and strategies I mentioned earlier, these are just, suggestions. By basically adopting these strategies, you can diversify your revenue streams because it's not just about guns. You're talking about classes, you're talking about events, um, but more importantly, you can deepen your relationship with your customers, and that will in the long run help with your profitability even during you know this period where there's a new admin coming in a few weeks and there's a so-called slump. But at the same time, it's the holiday season, so sales are expected to come in. So it's a very interesting time. And you know, these tips can hopefully um, help uh, during this time.
Hey,
All right.
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So another reason why everyone needs to be doing this is because um, I know we talk about AI a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra, if you watched our latest Corecast, he's not
Right.
impressed. He's because he's using it to its limit, but he's not the target audience really for
Mm-hmm.
the basic stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And before long, everyone is going to have a Chat GPT account or a Claude account or Gemini or whatever the next new thing is going to be, and like a Perplexity.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way they're going to find you. And it's going to be shopping, finding things is going to be so much more efficient using, agents in AI. So if you're not doing these things, it used to, it would take a long time for people not to find you.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not going to take any time at all for people not to find you, but they're going to find your competition because your competition's doing that. So
Yep.
it's even more imperative now for you to do things that you should be doing anyway, like just setting yourself apart from your competition. Like if you've got everyone in this industry selling the same guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in and find out what your best selling guns are and change the description, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
polish it a little bit so that if anybody in your area is looking for that gun, Google's going to look at it, or whatever search engine's next is going to look at it and say, hey, well, this is selling the same product, but this is really unique, right? If they stick with
Mm-hmm.
the unique kind of strategy where they're trying to present to you unique content. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very, very imperative that you do these things now, because not only is the political landscape shifting, uh, the things are massively about to change, and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be AI driven. Everyone's going to have their own robot. When I say robot, I'm just talking about in the computer. Down the
Right.
road, yeah, we probably will all have our own robot. But right now, everyone's going to have their own robot. They're going to be able to get to the information they want very, very quickly. And if it's products that you sell, you want to make sure you're setting yourself apart. So start doing that now. And because it is imperative. It's going to be, think we're going to, things are going to change in a way that we're not anticipating. And I'm
Yep.
anticipating it, but I still don't know what it is. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. And I think more than it, we know it's coming, but what we don't know is how soon it's coming. I think it's very soon. It's sooner than we think. It's not like, you know, many people would think, oh yeah, that's like 20 years from now. I
It's
think
not
it's gonna come sooner.
wits. It's not, everybody's waiting for this inflection point. They're
Hmm.
waiting for, like, for AGI, all this other stuff for
Right.
artificial general intelligence. None of that stuff is important, right? It's already happened, and it's
Hmm.
already happening, and the train's on the track right now going 40 miles an hour. You may be able to catch up and jump on, but
Hmm.
it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to catch up anymore, because it's already going down the tracks. Now, I don't know what that means as far as artificial general intelligence, or, to me, do we really need anything smarter? You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
not a physicist. I'm not trying to figure out how to create wormholes to get to Mars quicker. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out, hey, where do we need to place this product in this store, to
Yep.
really draw people in? Or what kind of email do I need to be sending out? That stuff is already here, and it's
Hmm.
already available to all of you. So yeah, it's already happening, but the people like Ezra, it's like, well, that's down the road, and it is. The stuff he's talking about is, but these small tools will radically affect our industry. They just
Yep.
will, because it's as the stuff gets easier and more accessible,
Hmm.
it's gonna be great if people just go on and take advantage of it, man. Just take
Yep.
advantage of it.
The
Sorry,
good
man.
thing the good thing about that is Gorilla is equipped with many AI features, and I'll be able to show some of them today. Let
Awesome.
me just move over to my other um, share screen. Um, Let me see how I can do that.
I'll put us in full screen
That
because people want the full effect of my face. Here it is, people. I'm just joking. As the numbers fall, we just lost 300 viewers right there.
All right.
So are you gonna show us some stuff, AI stuff?
Some of the AI stuff, and then of course some of the basic features that I think um,
Okay.
what I think many of our customers should be taking advantage of, because uh, based on um, our customer data, we still have a lot of customers that don't use these features,
Okay.
even though they're already included in their Corolla subscription for free.
Awesome. Okay. You
So,
want me to throw it up there?
yeah, let's share the screen. Cool. So, we're now on our demo account, the infamous clean as a whistle account. All right, so before I jump into the features, I just want to show you some of the AI stuff that we have in Gorilla. Um, we have different robots inside Gorilla. We have the voice AI, a conversation AI, a reviews AI, a funnel AI, content AI, and a workflow AI. Um, these tools are available to you, um, and you can start exploring them today. These a lot of these AI features have always been there since a few months ago, but um, it's really a matter of jumping into your Corolla account and start exploring a lot of the AI features that we already have and see how it applies to your business, right? For example, a conversation AI would be helpful for it's a chatbot basically. It can help you engage your customers even though you don't have to basically, you know, be in front of the computer to respond to inquiries or whenever somebody's just asking, are you guys open? Or, you know, stuff like that. You can have an AI uh, chatbot respond for you, right? So these AI again is a tool that can be used to help you in your business. So the good thing about Gorilla is these we have AI tools already integrated and baked into the platform. So
Are these tools, will they cost anything? Or are they just
there,
available?
yeah. So there's a very small cost. Like for example, I know with conversation AI, you would get charged 0.02 um, like 2 cents basically per response. So there's a charge, but you know it's very minimal, um, and I think you know it's still better to have an AI chatbot being able to respond to a potential customer and get charged 2 cents rather than
Lose the
leaving
customer.
them and lose the customer basically and leave them hanging.
Right.
So um, yeah, so all these are tools. It's available. But for now, I'm going to jump back and talk about some of the key strategies I discussed earlier and show you how, for example, creating landing pages and emails um, are now easier if you use, even if you don't have design skills, right? It's easier because we have pre-built sections and templates available. So let's first dive into, let's see, let's go to websites. Let's create a landing page for a holiday landing page, right? So you can create, I'm going to jump into our page builder. And this may seem intimidating to some of our customers, but I assure you, once I show you how easy it is. So this one I already made earlier, but you would think I spent hours doing this, but this can be left blank. This I started from a blank canvas, and what I did is I just click on this plus button here, and we now have this new um, tab here called pre-built sections where you can choose different designs and just drag them to um, your canvas. Like for example, I want to drag this, um, oops, here. See, it's now built. It's now I didn't have to create columns and code anything. It'll just show up, and then I can just change the logo to, let's say I'm carrying Sig Sauer, right? Or Caltech, for example. This can be products we carry, right? This can be a different logo. You can change it to something else, um, like this one, right? So you can easily come up with a website and just use pre-built sections. We have different sections here. You want the footer, a different look for the footer. You can have FAQs. You can have um, even testimonials, right? If you want to showcase people talking about your brand, you can just easily add sections without even designing it. You just need to change the content, and it's just hit save, and then it'll be live as long as you connect a domain. So coming up with a landing page specific to your holiday promotions, or if you want to launch an event, for example, it's a, I don't know, a Christmas firearms safety training class. This can be a very quick way to launch that portal, that online portal, because now we just made it easier, right? You don't need to, before you have to drag sections and add elements, but now you can use these pre-built sections, buttons and social media icons and countdown timers. We have all these things, right? Now available to you. So even if you know, you don't have the time or the knowledge to design stuff, we already have these pre-built sections that have that are already designed well, right? And of course, you can get creative with this. Like for example, instead of a plans, if you don't have a subscription, for example, um, you can use this as your products if you want to highlight products, like what I did here in this section. So these can obviously be linked to your e-commerce website. And another reason why it's important to have landing pages like this is because you can have sort of like a microsite and then start posting about non-firearm related products that you may be carrying as well in your store. Like for example, fishing gear, camping gear, hunting gear, right? These are non-regulated items, and non-regulated items mean you can actually use Google Ads or advertising, social media advertising to promote this website as sort of your um, funnel towards your bigger e-commerce website where people conduct their business. So um, it's it's one of the ways you can use Gorilla is to create these microsites or landing pages to promote certain product categories that you may be carrying that are not necessarily firearms. So you can basically use online advertising on them because the website is a non-regulated product carrying website. So that's one, right? Um, Another thing I want to show you guys is email templates or email campaigns. So I, I see a lot of our customers, especially like back in like a few weeks ago, Black Friday, um, they all run these email campaigns. Um, and I've talked to some of them, and it took them quite a while to design their their email campaign or email template. But there we actually have this feature here. email marketing templates that you can use um, specifically now for the holiday season. So, for example, we have a tag here called holidays. You can use this email template. I think I like this one. Happy holidays. Yep, just click that.
So what you're saying is we make it dead simple.
We're making it very, very simple. And now it's done. It looks great. It's easy to customize. You just need to change the content. This can be a product or a package that you're selling. This can be an article or a blog post, or another product if you want to showcase another promo.
Is that going to look
It's
just as well on a mobile device?
good question. So see these icons up top. This is what it looks like on a desktop, and this is what it looks like on a mobile device. So
Nice.
it's gonna look great. Yeah. And obviously you can customize this if you want to add an image, right? Your logo, for example, you can upload from your media library. Um, so let's say use this logo. This can be your logo. You can change the text to um, whatever greeting you want to use. We have hundreds of templates available, so it's not just for Christmas. It can be for a Google review. It can be used for, um, promotions. It's really a matter of, for us, making it easy for you guys to reach out to your customers and communicate to your customers. And before it was easy to do. It was easy because everything was drag and drop, right? But now it's even easier, simply because we have these templates available for any occasion
Right.
or um, any marketing activity you can think of.
It's even draggier and droppier, right?
Draggier and droppier. I like that. All right, so let's go back and touch on some of the new stuff we have. We now have a QR code feature built into Gorilla. So this is useful for creating a QR code that you can print if you have a physical store or if you have a business card and you want to put that QR code in a poster in your store or print that as part of your business card, it can now link to your website or a Google Map link going to your store, right? Um, Normally, QR code generators, that's a separate service. There are some that you need to pay for them even to to um, to ensure that they keep working after an X amount of time. But with Gorilla, it's already part of the platform, so it's going to be there.
So will
If
the
you're already
codes go away if they drop their Corilla account?
yes.
Okay.
So eventually, um, but the inverse of that sentiment is basically since you're already paying for Gorilla, you might as
Right,
well
right.
use this feature to, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
just don't want because a lot of people use QR codes a lot, and it may not
yeah,
have to do with this. So they may have
right.
some out there on the periphery that they haven't thought
Something
about in
else.
years.
Yeah.
Hey, also, are you able to get any kind of analytics, or is this basically just a doorway? Like you scan and
There
it
is
takes you somewhere.
there is an analytics feature, um, but since we don't have a QR code working yet for this account, yes, we can see how many people scanned the QR code, and basically you'll understand more about the usage of the QR code. Um, if you have a Corel account, I suggest you just start building one.
Yeah.
It's free. And then if you have a physical store, print that QR code and then put it in your counter, just so people will also know about your online store, right? Just link your online store to the QR code, and um, I'll just quickly show you how it works. So let's just use this. You can also customize the look of the QR code, so you can choose a different design. It's more of a preference, really.
Yeah.
Um, and then you can also add your logo, right? You can upload your logo. If you have a logo, you can use that. Um, so it's more personal. People will know that this is your QR code. It's
Yeah.
not just some random QR code. And it's customizable,
So
basically.
let me, while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing there, unless you're done. Well, even if you're done, let's just say this real quick.
Hmm.
Um, if you, this is a, I, I've been a proponent for QR codes for like 7 or 8 years, like, because they're
Yep.
just magical, right? You have customers come in your shop, everybody has a smartphone.
Hmm.
And like we were talking about on the run up to Black Friday, if they come in your shop, you should have a QR code somewhere where they scan that code with their phone and it takes them to a form on their phone, right?
Yep.
And you've got like the form. I like our form. It's the customer profile builder. Let the customer
Hmm.
tell you what they like. Do they
Yep.
like handguns, rifles, ammo?
Hmm.
What caliber? You can make any kind of form you want,
Hmm.
and then their phone already knows all of their personal information. So it's not like they have to type anything in. It's just, click and then pick your name, click and pick
Yep.
your phone number, click and,
Yep.
you know, and then you've got, that contact, because that contact will become more valuable as the business that's the Trump slump kicks in.
Hmm.
So you need to take advantage of these people that are coming to your shop. And this is the most efficient way to do it, because first you have them, you have their contact information, and your website or that form, the form's probably on your website, is on their phone as well. So they may think, wait, I was at that place. I wonder if they have this gun. What was that place called? And they're going to go look in their phone. There you are. Another
Hmm.
thing you can do with these QR codes is if you have a $3,000 to $5,000 gun, I would absolutely have a video on it, right?
Yep.
Because that's a big spend for somebody.
Hmm.
Have a video on it, talking about it, laying out what's coming in the box and whatnot, and then maybe have the QR code take them to that video. So you could
Hmm.
literally have a living, like a QVC store, because all your high priced items have videos that they can just scan, the QR code and take them to that video. So it's the
That.
21st century. Just start living in the 21st century. It's so
Hmm.
easy to get
Yep.
people where you want them to go and get the
Hmm.
information you want from them.
Yeah, that's actually a very good tip. Um, you know, during times when, if there's indeed a low demand, this is the time where you can work on these things, um, like creating videos, creating content in general. And you can actually leverage AI to help you create that type of content. So it ties back to our AI conversation earlier. Um, Now I want to talk about automation, which is kind of like AI, but it's not. It's really more of a it's really a workflow, right? And a workflow is just a trigger and a series of actions that happen after a trigger. Um, and let me just show you what I created earlier. And this is a very simple, no, it's blank, so I'll just create it again. It can seem um, intimidating again for some people because it looks like uh, something out of a math teacher's notebook. But this is just really a map, a workflow map, where you can assign a trigger. So, for example, your Corilla is connected to your core store. So any transaction in your core store will automatically sync that contact to Corilla and tag them as a customer. So the trigger would be um, a contact tag, and if that contact tag is assigned, if that contact is assigned a tag, a customer tag, what will happen afterwards, basically. So if that's the trigger, somebody gets tagged a customer as customer, what will happen next? What you may want to do is automate a review request, right? It can be an email or an SMS. Um, if you don't want to send it immediately, let's say it's an online order, for example, because you can also connect CoreForce to Gorilla, you can assign a wait time, let's say 7 days, right? So once a contact is assigned the customer tag, the system will wait 7 days before it sends the review request. And then you can end it here. You can end this workflow here or add another wait time for 7 days and then start sending them sending them email campaigns. So you can pick from one of the templates that you made, for example, right? And again, it's very easy to create templates now because you can use um, pre-designed templates. You just need to change the content um, and then add another wait time. I'm just, you know, showing you how um, this would work. Um, maybe send them an SMS, right? And this can be customizable. So you can go on and on and on, and this can be an entire customer journey, right? Just because somebody purchased something in your store, they get sent a review request, they get sent email after email every week, and basically you're starting to convert them to becoming an online customer now. So the system now is selling for you. It's not just um, something you used for QR codes or building websites, but Gorilla can actually be a sales tool for you, not just a marketing tool, but an actual sales tool, because it will automate those sales and marketing campaigns and activities for you using this workflow feature. So you can get creative with this. We have a lot of different actions that you can do, right? You can add notes. You can assign this to a staff member. You can add tags. Add. You can even go a little bit more complex by adding if else conditions, right? You can set events. You can, if you have, let's say, an event and then you have a calendar set up for that event, you can use Gorilla to trigger certain actions based on how they when they book their appointment. And that's what we actually use for our webinars. We use um, Gorilla to notify our attendees when the webinar is about to go live in a few minutes and stuff like that. So um, again, Gorilla is it's a tool, right? It needs to be set up in a way that it makes sense for your business. There is some work to be done, but once you're able to invest some time into it, it will really do its job well. You know, it's sort of like it's a fire and forget type of thing, where all the effort is front loaded, and afterwards, the system will start selling on your behalf, start
Yeah.
responding on your behalf, and it will um, do magic on your behalf.
So we've got a
Um,
lot of customers that do, different levels of business, right?
mhm.
And I've talked to some that have done really like just like, dude, what are you doing? To
Yep,
others that are asking me, what are they doing? You know?
yep,
And I'm just going to be honest with you. It's people that take tools like this
hmm,
and take the time to set everything up.
hmm,
Those guys that are doing, millions and millions and millions a year, they're constantly engaging with their customers. You
yep,
can't do it by yourself, right?
yep,
That's what the tools are for. So you set the tools up, and then the tools on your behalf are engaging with these people, and they'll come back and they'll come back and they'll keep
yep,
coming back. So that really is, what separates, because it's like I know it sounds elementary, and it really is, because
hmm,
if it's the same as if somebody buys something from you, obviously they have to either visit your website or go to your store.
right,
There's an engagement there,
hmm,
right? So with tools like this, you can engage a lot more people and
hmm,
up the percentage of making that sale or whatnot. So it really
yep,
is it is that. And I know it probably, it's like everything else in life. We're always looking for the magic pill. There is no
hmm,
magic pill. It's just hard work. And I
yep,
am preaching to myself right now. I'm glad I have my earbuds in because I can't hear it very well. But it really is. It's just hard work. You have to grind it out. But tools like this make it so much easier and more fun and
yep.
engaging for you and your customers. So it's really
I
cool.
agree. Now, if you guys don't have the time, it's going to be a busy period for many of you. We actually have a service called Cortent where we set this different automations, personalized email campaigns. If you want to change the look and feel of your website to match the holiday festive um, season, we have Coreware here in Coreware. We have that service where we can do all of those things for you. Now, if you're interested, just reach out. Go to our website. There's a chat button in the right lower right hand corner of your screen. Just chat with and use the chat function, and then just say you wanna avail of content services, basically, um, and we will be able to help. Now, if you want to learn more about Gorilla, you want to go to, you want to go through some more training, just also reach out via the chat function, and then we can schedule a one-on-one session with you guys, so we can tailor fit the training session for for you and based on your business needs, really. Because Gorilla has like over 400, 500 features. Um, we want to be able to spend the time to talk about the features that matter to you the most. Um, yeah. And um, before I end my presentation, I want to show you guys one of the AI features of Gorilla, the conversation AI. So this is the settings page for that. You can um, set up different channels, right? You can integrate first. You can integrate different channels, communication channels to Gorilla, like Instagram or Facebook or um, any or the live chat, the native live chat feature we have. And then you can um, turn on the conversation AI. You can start training it, right? You can enter your About Us page, for example, in your website, and it will learn the content of that page. So, for example, if you have your operating hours in that page, it will be able to answer if somebody asks, "Are you guys open on Mondays?" for example. The bot will be able to respond to that question, um, even if you're asleep, right? So that's the good thing about um, tools like this, because it there's always someone um, available to engage with your customers, um, and it gives you back some of the time that you may have for more important things, right? Like personal stuff, and it helps you focus more on what you do best, which is really running your business, not running tools, right? But helps you run your business. That's what you're good at. Um, so you can upload different links. I know there's a limit to this per day, um, but for now, I think what you can do, since this is already available to all our customers, just enter um, your website links, so it learns more about your business, um, and then you can um, try it out. There's a bot trial tab. Basically, start asking questions and see if it's answering properly. So yeah, these are already available to you. There are other features in here, but you know, let me just quickly show you the reputation management features. So there's also an AI, the reviews AI, where you can set, let's say, an auto response is sent to people that give you 5 stars, for example. So the robot will be able to thank that person. It will be able to understand the context based on their review, and then respond as if it knows about the transaction. So you can turn this on, you can turn this off. Um, you can customize how it behaves. This is, again, available for you to use. These are tools, right? These are you can use these tools or not, but I can tell you a lot of the guys who do are way ahead of the curve, um, no matter what challenge or climate may come. So yeah, I
Yes.
hope that's a very helpful presentation. But yeah, go ahead, Joel.
Start using all the tools. Start
Hmm.
using all the tools because everybody else is going to be using them. So
Yep.
yeah, I think it was helpful. I think I'm going to dig into those AI features and then do one specifically for that because
Yep.
that is I mean, a lot of people you can do all that stuff on your own using
Hmm.
multiple different tools.
Yeah.
So to have everything in one place is so much more convenient,
Yeah.
and I have a personal chat GPT and a work chat GPT and then a personal work chat GPT. So I've got like 3 chat GPTs. I want to keep it all separate. I don't want my
Right.
work mixed with and actually my work is my personal.
Yeah.
And my work is literally just like clean as a whistle stuff.
Hmm.
But it's so confusing when I go to do something because I don't know where the information is. So to have
Right.
everything in one, basket there is really cool. So that will
Yeah.
probably be our next webinar on
Hmm.
Corilla is the AI features, and we're going to have fun with it. It's going to be I'm not sure when it's going to be. Hopefully my gosh, man. We're
It's
it's already the 11th, huh?
Yep. And it's Christmas, and the next thing you know, it's SHOT Show. So
Yeah. Well, next thing is Cam 4 and
that's
Big Rock.
Camp 4
So we'll
and
be
Big
in
Rock.
Cam 4
Yeah.
and Big Rock. Also, Wits and his team built a beautiful website. Ezra mentioned it yesterday in our Corecast as they were driving in their first Waymo experience. If you haven't experienced Waymo, go watch that video. It's mind blowing. Like they're like the robot is driving them to the airport. It was really it was surreal. But we've got a new website, and you can go visit that website, coreware.com, and you can see all of our upcoming shows. It's packed with useful information, even if you're already a customer. It's packed with useful information. If you're not a customer, it's packed with information for you as well. So you can schedule a demo, look at all of our products, and go from there. So no, this was perfect.
To add, we built that website using coreILLA. So just
so if you want to see, if you want to see what coreILLA is capable of, go to coreware.com, because I'm thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. And I've been here since 2020. 2020. And it's just been like one disaster after another trying to get a really good website set up. And I think we've got a really good website set up now. It's simple. It's nicely laid out. And I like the fact that you guys can keep up with this. We have a show page. We have, I think we even have a blog page where you can go read blogs. We've got pretty much everything. You can really live inside the CoreWare universe.
Previous webinars you can also watch there. So this one will probably be posted there soon. So
and be sure to check out the Webby. So Webby is literally it's a smart robot. So let's say you want to sit down and watch this webinar or any other webinar where there's a Webby badge. You can literally, if something is in the area or the realm of what the people on the screen are talking about, you can ask a question. And if it was covered anywhere in that webinar, the robot's going to be able to provide that information along with maybe other information if I really want to make it smart. So it's a really good companion to watch the webinar with. He doesn't talk back. You don't have to feed him, right? He's not violent. And he's just cute. Webby's cute. So have Webby open there while you're watching your webinars, and just dive in with this. CoreWare's forward leaning. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I am not joking. We are some of the, we're all futurists here. We're looking way in the future, and we're trying to anticipate what you guys need, and we're trying to build those things now. So go on this journey with us, and if there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. And thank you so much for joining us today. Wits,
thank you.
We need to close it out with the robot's going to get mad if we don't close it out with our song.
Yep, we should.
Okay.
Play it.
This is called Deck the Halls with coreILLA. And thank you, robot. And after the song's over with, we're going to let you go. So we will see you in the next one. So be on the lookout. If you're not on our email list right now, go in and put your email address.
Deck the sails with festive flair. Marketing magic fills the air. 'Tis the season to stand out. coreILLA's here to banish doubt. Plan your posts and promos too. Social sparkle pulls them through. Boost your brand and spread good cheer. coreILLA leads the way this year. Target shoppers with some glee. Holiday vibes bring loyalty. Craft your emails bright and neat. Turn slow times to victory sweet. Show your spirit, spread delight. shoppers love a festive sight. coreILLA's tools will keep you strong, helping you all season long. So let's jingle all the way. Success awaits this holiday. coreILLA's wisdom, tried and true, helping businesses just like you.
So, really quick, I just want to say those words have never been sung before. We are in so much trouble, y'all. The robots are going to be able to get so creative when they start taking us out. See you guys later.